What is up, guys? James here from the Light of Raga YouTube channel, and in this video we're going to be doing the weekly reading for the week of August 5th through August 11th. It's been a crazy, energetic period for a lot of us. Like I said in the last video, we're in a lot of planets are retrograding right now, so the energies are kind of weird. Mercury's in retrograde, and I've noticed a little bit my electronic equipment is protesting. I can say that with surety, and communication has been struggling a little bit, so I encourage you all to be a little bit more patient. The Mercury goes direct, I think, I don't want to say the wrong thing, but I think like August 19th or something like that. So we got a little bit of a ways to go. Just be sure you're not getting into arguments, little petty things. Just people are going to have a hard time understanding exactly what you mean. So just take more time with people, take more time with your electronic equipment, and just don't get frustrated, and realize that we don't have the benefit of Mercury's energy right now. So it'll come back, don't worry. We also have a new moon coming at the end of this week, so a lot of opportunities for new manifestations coming up. So it's going to be time to start thinking about that, what you want to manifest in this new lunar cycle. So a lot of things to think about, cosmically speaking. But this spread we got a reading here today is going to tell us what to focus on for this week, what we need to know about this week to make this the best week possible. I've already shuffled. We're going to be using the Untamed Truth Oracle, and this is an oracle deck, so haven't used it in a while, so I'm excited to see what message it brings. As usual, we're going to look at the cards individually and see what the cards are telling us overall about this upcoming week. So we'll start with this one, and we've got Earth. The first thing I feel when I read this card is getting grounded, getting connected to Earth. I know personally I've been kind of a little bit more off into the spiritual realms kind of recently. I've been spending a lot of time meditating. I've been spending a lot of time doing third eye stuff is the best way I can say it. And when we do that, we have to remember to stay grounded and connected to reality, to Earth, talking to spirits doesn't pay the bills, okay? Talking to spirits doesn't get you exercise. So it's very important to stay balanced, and if you find yourself out of balance in any way, shape, or form, I think the first thing you can consider doing is getting grounded, making sure that you're grounded. What I mean by that is that you've got your feet firmly planted on the ground in the literal sense, but also energetically grounded, where you feel connected to Earth, you feel a part of this planet, you feel like the earthly 3D realm is kind of real and there and tangible. Also, there's so many different ways to get grounded, of course. I've talked about this ad nauseum, but just to recap, okay, you can get grounded through meditation. You can get grounded through eating healthy foods, foods that come out of the soil. You can get grounded by taking your shoes off and walking around on the bare earth. You can get grounded by spending time in nature. All sorts of different ways to get grounded. There's so many different ways. Use crystals like black tourmaline. Oh, look who we have here. Black tourmaline is a great grounding crystal. The darker black crystals, if you hold one, if you keep one with you, it's going to help you to remember that connection to Earth. Remember that you are a human being on this planet, and you have needs, okay? And other people have needs too. It'll help you to help others to realize that we're all connected to this Earth, through her energetic core, and we should be helping each other. It's very important. So be grounded this week. Like I said, manifestation opportunities are coming up soon, and the more grounded you are, the better you're going to be able to manifest. That's just how it is, because the more balanced you will be. So focus on grounding, especially at the early part of this week, so that you can actually increase those connections. The last thing I'll say about it is, I always make this analogy, but it doesn't hurt to say it over and over and over again, is that a tree only grows as tall as its roots grow deep. So the deeper your roots are into this earth plane, the higher into the spiritual realms you can go. Because, the goal of being grounded, the goal of life here on this planet Earth, is to bring down spiritual information from your soul and apply it to this 3D life. And through grounding is how we can bring that energy down. So let's move on to this next card. Now I just feel like holding black tourmaline. It's just sitting on my desk, so now I'm holding it. Okay. Ooh, the next card we have is Go. Come on. I'm holding two crystals. Okay, there we go. There we go. Alright, so the feeling I'm getting from this Go card is that movement is kind of necessary this week. You know, I did mention exercise, and exercise is a form of motion. And believe it or not, the more you exercise, I feel, at least anyway, that the more you move physically, the more that you can move energetically, the more that you can move metaphorically, right? As above, so below. So if you're if you do a lot of movement here on Earth, I feel like that moves the energy around, and so there's a lot of movement on the spiritual planes. So I think this card is asking you to do some exercise, perhaps go on a trip, shake things up a bit this week if you possibly can. Do something out of your comfort zone, go someplace new, experience a new activity possibly, and I think that's going to help you to move some energy around. It's going to help you to unblock some energies. Like I said, the energies of the cosmos right now is a little bit strange. Okay, it's a little bit weird, and I think we have to do a little bit extra to make sure that we're not being too influenced by it. I think we have to get out there and shake up things a little bit, if that makes any sense. So whatever this means for you, does this mean it's time to go on a trip this week? Maybe it doesn't have to be a trip to out of state or out of country. It could be a trip, down to your local nature preserve. It could be a trip to the beach, a trip to the mountain, a trip to a farm. I don't know where you live. Okay, but it could also mean a bigger trip. It's it's up to you. But it also could mean just exercise, and maybe going for a walk around the neighborhood is enough to get things started, get things moving, get the energies flowing. So yeah, I'm seeing so far definitely. Well, we'll see what the third card says before I say any grand sweeping statement. So let's take a look at the third card, and we've got Connection. Oh my. This is the Untamed Truth Oracle. It's a beautiful oracle deck. I love it a lot. Give me a second with this card. Okay. Interesting. I think what this card is saying is that, we make connections wherever we go, whether it's with people or with activities or with places or with just other energies. And I think it's important to make sure that those connections are pure, that those connections are in alignment with the highest good. Those connections are benefiting you and the thing that you're connecting with. And I think it's very, very important, because a lot of the times, I hate to say this, but the energies of this planet sometimes can be very negative, and we oftentimes connect with negative people, negative entities, negative activities, all sorts of negative energy around there, and it's very easy to connect to it and not even realize it. And all of a sudden, we're allowing that outside influence to kind of bring us down a little bit, kind of suck our energy out. So it's very important that the connections that you make are pure, that they're for the highest good, and through your intuition, I think you can understand this sometimes. Sometimes even your logic mind can tell you, what, that person is always asking me for money, but they never pay me back. Okay, that's like your logic mind saying, logically this person's not good for me. But perhaps energetically, you just get this feeling around them of doom and gloom, right? So it's important to listen to your logic ego mind, as well as your heart, your intuition, to make sure that your connections are pure, that they're good connections. And if you looking at these cards as a whole now, if you can take these 2 steps this week, I think it's going to improve your connections. If you are grounded, if the energy is flowing, then it's going to be a lot easier to make positive connections. It's going to be easier for you to understand when you make a negative connection. Everything's just going to be easier because you're more in tune with the spirit realms, you're more in tune with the earth, and you're kind of a bridge, you're a connection between those two. So definitely, I'm going to say that this is going to be a week to work on the self a little bit. I think it's very important to be kind of self-focused as we get ready for this new moon cycle, that when we do create a new manifestation, not that you are always manifesting, but the new moon is an opportunity to really make a conscious, dedicated, focused intention. And if we're going to go into that, if we're going to do that, we're going to have to clean up ourselves a little bit. We're going to have to clean up our energy. And I think that's what this week is going to be about, is focusing on on the self so that you can get grounded, you can get the energy moving, and you can make positive connections that are going to help you bridge that gap between the earth and the higher spiritual realms. I know it sounds a little woo-woo, a little out there, and I'm talking in kind of vague generalities, but I think for a lot of you, you know exactly what I'm talking about. I know exactly what I'm talking about, so hopefully you understand what I'm talking about. Of course, if there's any questions, please feel free to ask. I love to have participation on this channel. I love to read your comments. I read all of them, obviously. This is a small channel, so I can afford to do so. So put your comments in the comment section. Let me know anything you want to know about this reading. Did it resonate? Did it not resonate? Did you enjoy it? Did you not enjoy it? Was it valuable to you? I love feedback. Negative feedback is great. I love to hear your criticisms as well as your gratitude. Thank you so much to people like Paige Lee, who always give me so much gratitude on my videos, and there's so many of you, so I don't want to name you all, but thank you so much. Also, I also want to say, if you do Instagram, go follow me on Instagram. I post all sorts of things. Yeah, it's Light of Raga at Instagram if you do the Instagrams. Alright, that's it, guys. Be sure to like, share, comment, subscribe, all the things if you haven't already. That is the weekly reading. I want to thank you guys for watching. I want to wish you a very happy, positive week. Focus on the self. Get yourself ready to focus on a manifestation at the end of this week. And you are going to be manifesting from a place of purity if you do so. Alright, so I hope this reading was valuable to you. Again, thank you for watching. I want to wish you all a great week. Leave a like if you enjoyed this. Happy taroting. Peace.